What is going on, guys? How are we all doing today?
Hello.
All right. Let's send out some notifications real quick. Ooh, how you doing, Tuli? How you been? It's been a while.
I'm living someone's dream. How was your Easter?
It was good. It was good. Yeah, so I'm Catholic. Technically, our Easter's. I'm not Catholic. I'm Orthodox. So technically, our Easter's today. Um, but yeah. It was good. It was good. We had some fun. We had the family over. You know. How about you?
I sat on my butt at my house. That was
You
it. I
said it, yeah.
know, right?
uh,
We didn't do nothing.
hey, that's not bad. Um, Sitting around doing nothing. I can respect that. I can respect that. Okay. Um, Let me just finish posting in these couple of messages so people know that we're live. And ooh, live arena, huh? Have you been having fun with live arena? Ooh.
Oh yes, we have been having fun.
Well,
He likes to bark at a squirrel that's like 3 streets away. So apparently he needs a hug or something. What's up, buddy? Hi,
ah.
hi. What's up? Relax, okay? Just chill. Just chill a bit. We're on the YouTube. We're on the YouTube. Oh,
Ooh,
chill
what was that?
out. Tim. Oh, I know. There's somebody 3 streets away having fun. They're gonna be excessive today, looks like. So yeah, live arena's been fun though. I've really been enjoying it. Honestly, I was super skeptical about quite a few things, but you know, they work out better than I thought.
Yeah, I haven't had too much to do with. I haven't done it a lot. Um, Actually, it opens in what 52 minutes, so it's not like we could even
Yeah.
try anything. But yeah, I've given it some tries, and it's got me thinking of a lot of things lately. Like my nukers. So I don't know if I can bring up, yeah, my battle log. So Constantine on one of my last battles, he brought out, it was either going to be Constantine or Rhodos. So I said, well, I'm going to ban his Rhodos. And, then I'll just go to town with my Harima and my Rhodos right here. And man, oh no, no, he didn't have Rhodos. He had Taurus. So I banned his Taurus. And man, that Constantine took me out. I was not expecting that.
Yeah. Uh, Block Revive is coming back hard in live arena. I feel like, especially. Uh, but yeah, Constantine is one that people have been sleeping on for a long time.
I was like,
For sure.
wow.
Yep. I've been using my Foley left and right, and everybody bans him. Like everybody.
Yeah, I mean, I've been noticing that too. So I've been letting people, for myself, I've been letting people use their lockout champions. So if they're bringing in a Yumiko or something, I bring in. I mean, you can see here my basic two nukers are going to be either my Rhodos or my Harima, right? And
Mhm.
I've been kind of keeping it along that way. And man, like there are some surprises out there. This guy right here. Not sure what he was doing. I think he was probably trolling me with a Trunda, Calvalax, Lydia, and Skullcrown. I was like, are you like trolling me, dude? Like, what's going on here? Like, is this what you're really planning to bring? I think he had an Arbiter in there, and I banned his Arbiter, and I was like, "Yeah, okay, this is an easy win for me. Like,
Yeah,
what do
what
you
now?
do? What are you doing?" Um,
Yeah.
but I was like, yeah, no, this is not gonna work well for you. But I did have a lot of surprises. Like for like I said, it was fun. I've been letting them have their Ramantus, their warlords, their Yumikos, kind of basically taking out. If I see a Necrit, I've been trying to take him out. Um, doesn't really work as well as I want it to be, but I don't know. Let me ask you a question. What a, have you? How many nukers have you been focusing on with so far?
Three.
Three. Can we ask
Yep.
which three?
Holy, Biggin, and Baron.
Foley, Biggin, and Baron. Now that is an interesting combination. I mean, Foley, yes, brings you the block revive.
Hmm.
Baron brings in the AoE smack, but Biggin, is it just because he hits on he's got a double hitter, and it's all AoE?
Yeah, he's got three AoEs, so I don't need a reset champion with him. Like Trunda's cooldowns are just too long. Her A2 is also super conditional for the damage. Like if you have a target in Stone Skin or something, everybody else just doesn't take damage.
Hmm.
Stone Skin Stone Skin Duchess is a great example. Like you're just locked into A1ing the Stone Skin Duchess, or you have to A2 it and do zero damage. So either way, you're screwed. Bagan, however, I can just he
I
has a
get
5 multiplier on his A1,
right,
so
right. Um,
he he puts some people down.
yeah, that's an interesting choice. I was watching
I also have a +4, so I mean,
a +4 Biggin. Yeah, okay.
yeah.
I get you. I get you. Now I was watching, who was it? It was HWZ, and he was on with Chosen, I think it was, and he was talking about Rhonda. Now, I mean, I know Rhonda is definitely a OP champ for Flat Arena. I mean, she's still used quite a bit, especially against the duo, to kind of lock them out. Um, but have you been using her at all?
No, not at all.
No.
Everyone bans my Foley. Like I basically just get pick who I want and I throw Foley in there and they ban him almost
Wow.
every time. Almost 80% of my fights, I think he was banned in.
So you basically had the Foley there just as a way to be able to get your other nukers that you really want in, like your Baron and your.
I'm
So
mostly using Foley and Biggin, yeah. So my Foley's also super fast. So if they pick like a Kaimar or something like that, or they have a gap in between their Arbiter, my Duchess and my Foley are gonna go and they're gonna black five you. He's got an 8 multiplier on whoever I target. Like even with reaction, I'm probably gonna kill their nuker.
how is he a +4, +2, +3?
Yeah, he's a +4.
Okay. So you're going in with the big boys. You're going in with all the +4s.
Yeah.
Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha.
Like he's
Um,
like 270 speed, so
your Foley?
he's yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, so he's pretty tight with my Arbiter even. So if I get Arbiter and Foley together, he's going before your nuker. Like you're not
Wow.
gonna you're not gonna go before my Foley. It's not happening.
Wow.
Even if you boost your nuker with your Siffy, my Foley's still gonna go. Your nuker would have to be like 240 speed already.
Wow. Um,
Yeah.
so I can you send me a screenshot of your build? Because I really would love to see what the rest of the build looks like. Like, is he just there to because even with reaction and stuff, if he's that fast, can he kill through that? Can he do anything through that?
He has an 8 multiplier on his A3, dude.
I get that. I get that. But I'm just saying, like,
It's quite literally one of the hardest hitting abilities in the game. You
yeah.
can't name another champion that has an 8 multiplier and block revives. Trunda's got a 6.
Can I share this before I bring it up on screen?
Yeah, you can. That's fine.
Okay. All right. So what are we looking at here? We are looking at 270 speed. Okay. I thought you said 370. It's 270.
Yeah, 270.
Okay. I thought you said 370. I was like, holy crap. Like that's just almost as fast as my CP. Okay. 270 speed, 180, 6.4K. Okay. I mean, he is +4. He is +4.
Dodge also. So, I mean, I can get 7k attack on him at that speed.
Wow. Okay, so what you're trying to tell me is that I should, if I'm facing you, leave your Foley. Huh?
Yeah, sure. Sure, go ahead. Go ahead, leave the Foley.
Can he go through Bolster and Stone Skin?
He doesn't have to attack the first time.
That's true. That's true. That's true. So
my Foley tanked a Harima A2 the other day.
really,
Yeah, it didn't kill my Foley. This dude was raging. Straight raging.
wow, wow. So let me do you prefer to go first or second in the turn order?
Second.
Second. Now, when you go second, what's like your, so you go second, you get your pick of the two. What's your thought process for that? Is it, do you pick, your two revivers, your two nukers? How do you reveal anything in your strategy there or what you're going to be doing?
This is where you have to match your picks to your rosters. Assuming we're talking about gold, um, you have to understand where you have flexibility in your roster. If you only have 3 nukers, you better pick your 2 nukers right away. You can't
Okay.
afford to have your nukers picked, and that's basically a ban. If your champion gets picked, that's a ban.
Right, right. So that's actually that's going to bring us into a different whole point there now. Um,
Yeah.
but so
So,
you
so if you have flexibility in your nukers, you need to pick your supports that you don't have flexibility in. If you have flexibility in your supports but not your nukers, you need to pick your nukers first.
okay, okay. Yeah, see,
There's no one answer. It's gonna be
I've
dependent on your account.
I've been going with I like going second, and then the moment I go second, I always pick my Sifi and my Duchess because that kind of sets my
What are you gonna do?
priority. Huh?
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do if they picked one?
Well, that's fine. They could pick one, but I mean, right now, I guess what you're talking about more is for gold, but that's
Which
going to
is gonna
be
be in 2 weeks. Two
that.
weeks, bro.
That's
Like
true. That's true.
you can't live in bronze and silver forever. Like you're gonna get into gold and be like, oh, I don't know what to do because I have no options because I've been playing like I will be able to pick them.
Yeah. How's it going,
Exactly.
useless? Welcome to the stream, man. Um,
So
yeah, so I mean, gold is going to be a whole new thing, right? Like it's right now, I guess we're still just playing early on. So do you think that that's going to be a learning curve when you come to going into gold and it's like, okay, well, so
oh,
far I've been able to pick what I want. Um,
well, yeah, people that don't have deep rosters are gonna fall right out,
yeah,
flat out. Like if you have to use Arbiter every single time and you don't have another good attack enabler, you're screwed. What are you gonna do? Use Mithrala? Go ahead.
yeah, that's
You know
true.
what I mean? Like if you don't have an increased attack on your team, I just ban your only one and you can't win either. Go ahead and try and kill my Duchess without increased attack.
My rotos can.
Doubt. My Duchess has 140k HP.
I took on, which one was it? This guy right here, +4,
Yeah.
Duchess. I one-shotted her, but he got me with his
Took on and
Constantine.
lost.
Huh?
Yeah. Took on and lost. That's the point. Like if you take so much resources to kill my Duchess, I can just kill you.
Yeah, yeah. But
If you
so
if you need if you need time for your rotos to scale up so you can kill my Duchess, I have time to win.
no, 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 no. I didn't need. I mean, my so
You know,
my
I mean that like that's exactly the problem that people run into. Like if you don't have an increased attack to make your attack nukers scale, you will take too long in the fight, and I open up a massive gap in which I can kill you.
so my Rotos doesn't need the increased attack. I mean, I would like to have a little more crit damage on him,
He
but
absolutely does to kill good supports. And if I have any more damage mitigation, like an Ursuga, a Necrit,
Nersuga,
uh,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like he's straight up not gonna kill. Ally protection especially. So
yeah. Let me see if I can find. I don't know if there's not much tough teams out there. Yeah. That one could be. But I mean, I haven't been running him with increased attack. I've just been kind of letting it go. Of course, they've got Stone Skin. Oh man, I've been seeing a lot of people with the Ukos, and I have you been
Ukos
banning
are
her?
no, I haven't really been using him
No,
because everyone
have you been banning him though
oh
when you
banning
see it?
him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's one of my bigger pick. Him and Harima are my two biggest band picks.
Um yeah, I tend to leave Harima um because I only run Duchess as a counter, and so I know if I can take everything else down, I can bring her down over time.
Yeah, you hit
Um
69K.
yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Like if you didn't have a lockout, the Ursuga would have had ally protection. She would have had veils. Like she gets a whole bunch more damage mitigation. Like in live, it becomes a whole different situation. Like you
Right,
have to
right.
have an increased attack on your nukers, or I promise I'm gonna beat you. Like if you don't, I can ban your warlord here too. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
if I ban your war, like if I ban your warlord, what do you do? Oh,
yeah.
you lost anyways. Yeah, because their nuker finally got a turn.
Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah, I just put that on auto. I shouldn't have done that. I
But
you
I
know,
mean,
I find that
point being, you took too long to kill them all.
yeah. I do find like Uko, I feel so I haven't
Uko's so much RNG. That's the beauty of him. Like even with all of the sheep in the meta, he's still just a straight menace.
that
Like
well
the
that's exactly it. And it's like I'm going into arena matches with him and I'm like, oh, no, I'm gonna let it go. I'm not gonna go after him. I'm just gonna leave it be. And no, he absolute still demolishes an arena. Like he will screw you up so bad.
so a few podcasts ago, or whatever you remember we were talking about how champions irresistible abilities and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Him having a resistible A1 is making him strong
yeah,
because he doesn't have to debuff your Duchess. He can only debuff your nukers. How much resistance do you have on your nukers? I could build 300 accuracy on Ukko and control all your nukers, I bet.
yeah. That's true. That's true. Um, that is true. Even if you put your nuker in the back and you still have the three polymorphs, there's still the opportunity that it'll get out there and he'll, because he doesn't
Yeah.
have to land it. He doesn't have to land the stun on, one of your first ones. If he lands it on the last one, then
Mhm.
if he's not, if they don't have sheep.
Yep.
But yeah, I don't know. I've been having like I had one battle that took me literally like 29 minutes and 30 seconds because there was an Uko in there and he just kept stunning me. And
Mhm.
I didn't have my Rotos, I had my Harima. And I'm like, what the hell? You know?
Mhm. That's another reason why slow nukers are really, really poor in live. I think um,
Yeah, I agree with that.
anybody under 200 speeds basically not getting a turn.
Yeah. Yeah, you're definitely right on that. I feel like now we're going to have to you're gonna have to have separate nukas for live arena and separate nukas for plat arena.
Mm, yes, but no. Like if you're boosting somebody, they're already gonna go in front of reaction. It doesn't matter if they're 160 speed, if they're fucking 200 speed.
Right, right.
So it depends on what teams you're using and things of that nature. I mean, a lot of people will build separately because like it's slightly different, but for the most part, um, live is gonna be like a tag team. You're gonna need, a set of 8 or 10 champions that work really well together, and you're gonna have to tune them all together. It's gonna be one giant team, kind of thing, and
Yeah,
that's how your live arena is gonna work. You know what I mean? Well, if I don't have Duchess, who am I gonna bring in? Brogni? Am I gonna who? What other increased attacks am I bringing in? Arbiter? What kind of CC champions do I now have room for because I have these? If I can't use my Warlord because I only have Arbiter and I need something to protect Arbiter, are we bringing in Ursuga now? Stuff like that as well. So you're gonna have to really play with your rosters and see what works against what. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And it's gonna be really tough for a lot of people in gold, especially. Like mid game people are. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna be mid game content. It's gonna be straight up late game and end game, just like tag team. Um, like the ranking system is gonna be almost identical. Right? Like pretty much
yeah,
wherever you are in tag now, you might sit even a tier or two lower because tag you can inflate your rank pretty good. Everyone leaves the one man defenses in and stuff, and then you can
right.
nitpick fights you want, and then you only have to do 10 to 15 real fights every single week, and if you don't, it doesn't take that long to find that many. But
Yeah, yeah, no, you're right. You're right. I don't know. I'm now having to take a step back and look at my roster and say, okay, well, my nukers, because I really hadn't thought about the whole, gold side of things. I've just been like, oh, okay, I've got my core six people that I'm using. I've got my Sifi, I've got my Harima, Duchess, Rotos, UDK, and I've built my Rondo, which is kind of basically what I have from most of my offensive team, except for Kaimar, which I also have in my for my plat pushes. But
but what do you do when you don't have any one of those?
well, exactly, and that's kind of like I spent my time yesterday looking at this, and I'm like, I'm gonna have to gear more champs. I'm gonna have to like really sit down and focus and do more of a in depth of where or who am I gonna need. Um and it's hard because I don't whale out. I don't have the plus fours that everybody else is gonna have. So I mean for myself, I think I'll probably max out at like gold two. Um and
I
then
mean, most
with
people won't sit in gold 4. Gold 4 is going to be crazy.
well,
You will have to have such a deep roster to compete on that level. Like, honestly,
I feel gold four is just going to be anybody who pushes plat, and I think
no,
no.
it's gonna be no. That's even there's a big gap between the top of plat and the bottom of plat, a massive gap. And
Yes,
there's a lot of people that don't push on the weekly that are top end plat players.
right. Well,
Like we've roughly 5 to 7 thousand people that would participate in plat, and only 1,500 of them push on the weekly.
yeah, but I mean, how many people are going to be in gold four? Did they? I don't remember if I saw anything.
Not that many. There's like a couple thousand in tag team gold for.
Yeah. So I mean, even if it's like 2,000, I still
You've got
think
2/3 of plat in gold 3. Then
yeah.
that means you'd have to be a top 100 plat player to be in gold 4.
Right, right. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I think I'll probably end up sticking into like gold two. I
Most won't stick in gold 4. That's what I'm saying. Like
No, I
it's gonna
won't.
be
Not
crazy
gold
up
four.
there.
Gold two. I'll be gold
Yeah,
two.
yeah, I know. Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Most people just like they won't make it up there. It's gonna be crazy. The champion gap, the pool gap, like between top 100 and bottom 400 is crazy.
Yeah.
Like that's where you really start seeing a lot of the empowerments. Quite literally all the way up until like the 100 line. It's just like baselines and just normal people. Like just like a couple guys that spend a few bucks on the game maybe.
Yeah,
Nothing too.
it's for sure not it's not going to be beginner friendly.
No,
um
and I don't. That's fine. You know what I mean? I don't think everything has to be a mid-game content.
no,
Uh,
no. And I like I think personally I think like they opened it up too early to everybody because they're opening it up at what level 40 so you could do
D.
what is it?
Yeah,
50?
50.
Okay, so
Yeah, 50.
you could do Hydra before you can do this.
Yeah,
Um
this is way harder than Hydra.
it is, but I think it should
So what do you?
be I think
The,
it should be a lot higher.
the, I disagree. The point being that people that are skilled at the game, you're gonna just gate them to what level 70. So they have to play the game for 4 months before they can fucking get in there. You know, that's not fair.
That's
They
true.
should be able. They should be able to get in there right when they're ready. If they think they're not ready, they don't have to participate. But the people that are ready, now you're gating all of them from their progression for no reason.
Yeah.
Like you're not forced to participate in anything that you have unlocked.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. I just think it's like a lot of people are especially now you're going up against like I had somebody actually who sent me a message and was talking about what kind of whales they're facing off again and he's like he had some level 100 guy with an OP team and put in a Paragon on his team um and the other team had a Georgid, Errol, Duchess. He nearly wiped me out in 4 minutes, but this guy's got, the viewers got like a well built Duchess, he's got the Marichka, uh, and he was just kind of like trolling with that, but he had like a higher superior team, but he was able to kind of get through it with the gear and what on his Paragon, like you were just I don't know. It was negated. Um,
I, I think a lot of people will need to start thinking outside the box a lot more, and which is something that people have stopped doing in Arena. Very much so. You start to see a lot more creativity in like 3v3 teams. For instance, I used to my before Sheep at least, I used to know somebody that ran a Euros, Tormund, Mithrala, and Harvest Jack team, and he would beat any team you could name.
Euros, Mithrala, Harvest Jack, and who was the other one?
Tormund.
Tormund. Okay, so you had
He had a lifesteal Tormund on this team. All right, like
wow,
I'm not even. I watched him farm plat team after plat team after plat team. Like
wow,
you don't see that anymore because a sheep is just like killed interaction. If you're
right?
interacting with the enemy, like you're risking your own win. You know what I mean? And that doesn't feel good because you just lose to your own actions. That never feels good ever.
Yeah, yeah.
Doesn't
No,
feel
I can definitely agree with that. I can definitely agree with that. Yeah, it's so going into gold. Now we got to start talking about I'm good, Ozzy. How are you? Going
Hey,
into gold. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I was just saying, hey, Uzi. Sorry.
Oh. So going into gold now, right? Now we got to start talking building more champions. What do you think is going to be the adequate number of champions you need on your account to be able to compete in Plat Arena?
To compete in plat or
Yeah,
to
not Plat.
compete
I'm sorry, to complete in Live Arena.
live arena? 12.
Only?
Yeah.
I don't know.
How many champions is his enemy picking?
Well,
I'm
they can pick up to five. They can pick the
Are
five.
they are they gonna pick five of the champions you are for sure going to use every single time? Probably not.
No, but okay, you have your Rotos, right? So you know you're obviously gonna have your meta champs. You're gonna have the Rotoses. You're gonna have the Taras. Marichkas, all of those. But
Right. So how many of those don't you have as well? You know what I mean? So
right. If
if
I don't have those though, and he picks out the Rotos before me. If he goes first, he picks out the Rotos before me, and Rotos is one of my main nukers.
yeah,
That's gonna put me at a big disadvantage,
yeah,
nukers
you need
wise.
yeah, this is Shinny's problem, and he's been preaching about it since the live arena was announced. He's like, well, what if I only have a Rotos? You're gonna have to get creative.
Yeah.
Use your Nithries, use your Vlads, use your Constantines, your Folies, your
It,
Biggins.
in this week, I'm not gonna lie, man. I was for the longest time, I was like, Inithui's nothing. I can take care of
Block
that.
revives on any hit.
I had totally forgotten about it. And so I took out his. I said, you know what? I'm bringing in my Harima. She's going to deal with him, keep him. And I was like, okay, I'll be good. I'll ban his Rotos. I should have banned the Inithui because the Inithui blocked revive my Rotos with his first shot, and I was
Yep,
out. I
no
was
problem.
out. How you doing, Tiger Blood? Welcome to the stream, man. Um,
Yep. Use your Gala long raids.
yeah, Gala. Uh, bring your Yanikas out. Yeah, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, I need to start farming more Savage gear. I need to start bringing in better nukers. I think for myself, I'm gonna need to do. Obviously, we've got the meta nukers. You gotta gear up your Rotoses. You gotta gear up your Barons. You gotta gear up your Harimas. But I literally have to start looking at my roster and kind of going through and finding out what other nukers I'm going to be bringing in. Um,
Um, the biggest thing that I started to learn as well is that one of your nukers has to be a bannable nuker.
yeah,
Like if you're not bringing in, and this is why Black Revive champions are becoming so strong in live. Okay, if that like it's the if right. If I don't deal with him first, he deals with me
right.
permanently. You know what I mean? So if the enemy's not prepared to deal with that or willing to risk that, they have to ban him, right? Now you have your three supports, stuff
Yeah.
like that. So Leo and stuff like you need to bring in more bannable picks. Like the more you can bring, the harder your team is going to be to face. If you have Nithwi, Ukko, Yumiko, Duchess, and Rotos on your team, who are you going to ban? It all
Inithri,
sucks.
Duchess, Yumiko, Rotos, and who was the other one? Uko?
Uh, yeah, Ukko. Yeah, it all sucks.
It does, but I would probably ban the Uko
It's
first because the Uko's got the speed lead. So I feel like if I had.
so does Duchess.
Right, but you didn't say Duchess. You said
Yeah,
Uko. No, you said Uko, Yumiko,
Duchess,
Inithri. Oh, you did say
Nithwi, and Rotos.
Duchess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no one else has the increased speed either. So I feel like if that was the case, I would try to go more of a first team and take out probably his Anithri first. Now that I've learned that lesson, I
So
won't.
if you pick Sify, you potentially don't have a speed lead, and then my Yumiko could potentially be faster. If you pick Arbiter, I ban your Arbiter, and now my Yumiko could potentially be faster. Stuff like that. You know, like the point being, you need to have more ban picks on your team. It makes it significantly more difficult for the enemy to respond to you. If every point that they're trying to pick champions, they need to have a counter to something you've picked because they can't ban two champions. You know what I mean? Like you've picked okay, your first two picks were Nithwi and Ukko, and they're like, all right, I'll ban the Ukko. I can deal with the Nithwi. Okay,
Right.
cool. Then they're like, okay, well I'll pick Rotos. But what if you pick UDK to their Rotos? Now, sure, they want to ban the in the Ukko, but they now they have UDK on your team. It's stuff like that. So the more counter picks that you can have in that situation, in those situations, the better.
Yeah.
And that's where having a bannable nuker matters. Rotos will be almost never banned. People have so many answers and so many counters to Rotos at this point. I don't think he's going to be as strong as we want him to be in live. Unless you've got a +4 6-star awaken kind of thing, and like you also get Sify or something like that.
I don't. I mean, I haven't been having issues with my Rotos being banned. I find more that my
Yeah, that's what I just said. Rotos won't be banned a lot.
no. I've had him banned a couple of times. Sorry, that's what I meant to say. But I haven't been holding him like as my number one pick. Yes, he's my +2 nuker. He's the best nuker I have on my account. But
You're gonna run into the shinny problem. Is exactly what's gonna happen.
yeah,
Like everybody knows he's your best nuker eventually. Like there's not that many people around.
right.
So
Well, I think like the problem with Sheeny though is I haven't pushed plat yet, right? So I'm still in the mentality of doing my 3v3, which means I'm each one of my team either has um 2 or 1 to 2 nukers, right? Like I run one team that's got
well, I would
my
hope you don't run 0 nuker teams in 3v3.
you'd be surprised. Nuking Valks, man. I find those quite a bit in there.
Well, that's a nuker.
But you don't think about it. You think Valko, how's it going,
the
Mr.
only
Siege?
way.
Welcome to the stream.
Like, anyhow,
Which makes me actually want to gear my Valk as a nuker now. But yeah, no, huh?
she's not as good as you want her to be. I have a +4 that's built like to the teeth, and well, I don't have a Sify though. So if I had a Sify, I might be using her.
Yeah, I have a Sifi and I have her, and I think I might actually start doing that. But you do have a Mithrala, so you could do a go second team.
The problem is you can't get Mithrala to go in front of her. She gets so much turn meter, dude. Like
Yeah,
so much. Like unless you go first, and the enemy literally doesn't go, and your Sify enables her, you're not gonna tune anybody in front of her.
yeah,
One buff on the enemy team gives her 40% turn meter. A single buff.
yeah. But
She,
yeah, I find myself that I'm gonna have to, uh, I feel like I need a roster of at least 6 to 10 solid nukers for this. Just because there's so many champs out there that are meta right now that people are gonna go first, and
that's why I picked Foley and Biggin.
yeah,
I need less nukers. Nobody's gonna pick Biggin.
yeah, nobody. When you said Biggin, I was like, what are you talking about? Like I used him for my campaign farmer for Nightmare. I'm like, Biggin, come on, get out of here. But yeah, I'm thinking like 6 to 10 solid nukers. Which is actually going to stretch a lot of people's accounts, especially if they're like they're pushing plat and they're pushing for Live Arena. It's huh
Between my plat nukers and my library nukers, I have 5.
5. Yeah, it's close to the 6, like I was saying, but
Yeah.
the yeah, it's supports wise. I mean, I've got my Duchess, I've got my Sifi, I've got my Pythion. I don't use actually. I probably haven't used Arbiter in months.
You're gonna have to. Like you're not gonna have Sifis anywhere near as much as you think you're gonna, unless you first pick her every single time.
Yeah.
And what are you gonna do if they first pick Sify? You're just gonna not have Arbiter geared, you know? Like
Yeah. Well, with reaction though, I mean, I have a pretty good base of
with
reaction gear.
reaction, if you need so many all these champions built, how much reaction you think everybody has on everybody?
I think I have enough to put
3 of my nukers don't have reaction.
1 to 2 pieces on each one of my nukers.
3 of mine don't have reaction.
Yeah. Yeah, I have enough where I feel like I could
Yes,
probably.
the point being, do you think everybody has enough. And the
No,
answer is
everybody doesn't. No, that's true. Everybody doesn't. CVC is not.
precisely. So, like saying, well, reaction, reaction, reaction. Sure, in classic,
Yeah,
where you have to pick 4 champions on your whole roster to gear as good as you can. Yeah, sure, they're probably gonna have reaction. In live arena where you need to have flexible options, doubt it.
yeah,
Let alone multiple react, let alone 3 on everybody. Like at most they're gonna have 1 to 2, and if they only have one,
yeah. It's but not, what other supports do you think are going to be good for live arena when we start moving into the gold tiers? What are your thoughts of who you're looking to build?
edgy,
Hedgie?
edgy. Yep.
Really?
If you pick
Just because he's got
Spiffy,
the gold, just because he's got the gold first?
yeah. I mean, if you commit to a speed team, what are you gonna do if I run a Hedgie? Ban Hedgie, right?
Yeah. So, well, I mean, Hedgie's more of a nuker, so I guess he would fit under your bannable nukers.
I mean, no, that's why he's so strong, because he can be a support or he can be a nuker, and you don't know until you get into the fight.
That's true.
And either way, his A2 can lock you out. So
Yeah.
if you're committed to a speed team and I pick Hedgie as my 5th pick, you have to ban him. If you don't, you're leaving it all up to RNG,
Yeah.
depending on who you have. Unless you've picked a Stone Skin Nuker, a Stone Skin Reviver, you know what I mean? But you've committed to a speed team. So if your team is, RB Siffy and George, you have no choice. You have to ban him. And
Yeah.
now I have two champions that you wanted to ban. I almost guarantee. Now you're either giving me like War, UDK, Ucko, you name it, and the list goes on. All because I picked Edgy.
Yeah. Hey Nick, welcome to the stream, my man. Um, yeah, I feel I feel that Brogni for me is going to be coming in, especially in gold.
Absolutely,
Um,
absolutely.
I haven't really used them in. I use them on my 3v3 team, and I have an extra copy of him. I have not plus one him yet because I was like, oh well, maybe I'll use him for another.
Yeah, no
Um,
+1. That's for sure.
how's it going, Anonymous? Welcome to the stream, man. Yeah, I haven't plus one him yet because I was like, well, maybe I'll just build another one. But yeah, I'm thinking more and more. I might just plus one him because he's going to be necessary for me to have.
So it becomes, who do you replace Duchess with? And Brogni is actually one of the closest options you can have.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
you have to have an increased attack enabler, and to have somebody else that brings block debuff and a massive shield with it is like, it's not quite Duchess. Don't get me wrong, it's not quite the same as Duchess. But as far as increased attack enablers, you basically have Arbiter, Brogni, and Duchess,
yeah,
and then Mithrala kinda. So like, you have to get it from somewhere most of the time, unless you have a Terrace, or you're
yeah,
gonna start using Magnar or Solus, something like that, And depending on what teams you're versing, champions like Magnar and Solus are going to be plenty viable. That's why I started using my Foley. Like so many people are trying to lean on these speed teams, just speed team, speed team, speed team, that because they don't believe that they can get a cohesive go second going a lot of times, and they're just like falling on their arbiters and their siffies. Um, these champions hit fine. You don't need to hit 150,000 on these guys. They fall over because they have 65k HP. Sneeze on them. Just live. Be a stone skin nuker. Like you're gonna see a lot more versatility on that end, and a lot more. Why is he in that set? Kind of picks. You know what I
mm,
mean? Like you're gonna see stone skin candies left and right. Stuff like that.
yeah.
Uh,
So do you see yourself as somebody who's going to be doing more of a go first team or go second?
go second.
Go second. Yeah, I'm thinking uh the same thing. I'm thinking go second is going to be the obvious choice.
The problem with go first is you can't pick two boosts, two lockouts, and two nukers. You know what I mean? Or two CC champions. Like
Right.
you don't have 6 slots. So then it becomes your CC champion needs to be fast. What happens if you're fast? You don't have accuracy.
Yeah. I gotta say, I have not had I've not had to face actually a Foley, but now I think like I've faced of one block revive champ, and that was in E3. But I've not faced a Foley yet, and you know, maybe now with this going on, people will start dusting them off and everything and getting them out. I think I can make a +1 or +2, which I just might because of what you said. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
um,
Yeah, one of
but
my ults been yeah, Usi's been driving that account
yeah,
in chat, so
yeah,
it's
it's
definitely strong. Um, and just having more bannable picks is going to be where it's at. You know, people have leaned on their speed teams and their couple champs for so long. They'll need to start diversifying, which I think is good.
yeah. Actually, Nick brings out a good one right there. Finax. I've tried playing around with him. I don't know if you have. The only
No,
thing is I don't have a Necrit to protect him, and if I bring in my UDK and they ban him, he's so squishy where it's like he's down, you know.
yep,
Um, so yeah, that's going to be an interesting
yeah.
one.
I'm excited. I'm super excited for gold because yeah, a lot of people aren't ready for that kind of play. You
No,
know,
no, and honestly, I'm not either. Like the up until you brought it up today, I was just like, oh, okay, I haven't been picking the double, like I have the two duchesses, so I haven't been picking the two duchesses in case, they ban one and whatnot. I've been going with like my solid 5, 6 picks, but
Mhm.
I have not even been playing it to the extent where, okay, now I got to start thinking about my expanding my roster because of that. Like, I just,
That was the first thing I did. As soon as I came into this, I was like, well, in 2 weeks, I'm going to have to play entirely different. So let's just at least think about it while I'm doing these matches. Like, okay, well, they've picked this and this. Let's not pick that. you know, and I found quite a few big, ginormous, wide open holes in my roster. And I'm like, we should probably find an answer to this.
yeah, um, yeah, man. I don't know. That does have me a bit worried. I think like now I definitely have to, I already I gave in and started farming sand devils, right? And I was like, I started looking at my gear, I started looking at my account, trying like I've been talking with Big Bad from my clan cluster and some of the other guys that push plat constantly and place like in the top 20.
Mhm.
And they're like, listen, I get it, you don't want to do it, but you have to do it. And I'm always about clan boss. Like I like to see my big numbers and everything. So I was like, no, my ninja's gonna go into my clan boss team. I don't care. And I now see the importance of farming sand devils. And so now I'm starting to scale back a little bit and say, okay, well, maybe I just want a one key. Like I even had to actually swap out my Cardiel used to be like my slowest one on the team comp, and I'm like, nope, that's not gonna work anymore. I need to rethink how I'm gonna have him built and make him faster, make him suitable for farming that Fire Knight's hard mode. And
Oh,
I,
yeah,
you know,
absolutely. You can't, especially when you're talking about participating in arena on a high end, and it's not necessarily always plat, but even if you want to participate in Gold 4 tag and live arena at this point now, you have to participate in a lot of that stuff. You can't just ignore Sand Devil. Like the amount of stat you get for so little investment is crazy.
yeah,
There's nowhere. there's nowhere in the game you're gonna get that much return out of that. Like, just it's not even close. 20 crit damage? Where are you gonna find 20 crit damage? Let me know.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. But yeah, I found myself. I was like, yep, no, I need to start farming that a lot more now. I think I farmed like 5 or 10K energy in the last like couple of days, and
Got you 2 champs done.
2 champs. No, I was not. I was not that lucky. I Most of the rolls that I got were crap, which is a whole another issue. But yeah, it was I did not want to do it just out of how difficult they made tuning that dungeon, and partially the main reason why. Like you look at my Fire Knight.
It's not. It's one of the easiest things now. Like the fact that
No,
well,
it's only easy because if you have particular champions. To
it's an epic.
It's an epic, and then what? What are you gonna use to farm? What are you
You
gonna
can
use?
literally use Mordecai.
You can use Mordecai to farm what? Stage 25 at
Yeah,
at a 15-minute farm?
8 minutes.
8 minutes. You think I want to sit here for 8 minutes? This game already takes enough time.
You're not sitting there anyways. What do you mean?
Well,
Not
okay.
even.
So raids are already an expensive game, right? We can for the players that spend, it's already we know it's an expensive game. You want me to leave my computer, leave my laptop or my phone running for hours to farm 10 oils of sand devil in like 8 minutes?
Nobody said that's your only option. I said that was an accessible option.
Yeah, I just
There's also there's also the Sky Eater unkillable, the Riho team, there's a fucking Thanasil team, there's a Wither team. Like there are all kinds of options for this. This was just one most accessible option that there is because it requires one champion and anybody that does an HP burn. Any
yes.
single champion in the entire game that does an HP burn can duo Sand Devil with her, let alone the 10 or 15 other unkillable teams that can do 24 or 25.
Yeah,
So
I
I
just
don't
think
think it's
like
I don't think it's an overtuned dungeon for how much you get out of it. The
like
amount of
look at
rewards
my
that you get from it is
times. Look at my times. My 22, my 21, my 20, all 50 my 20 and my 22 took me 15 minutes almost.
because you manualed it. If you
No,
speed
I tried to auto farm it and I
Yeah,
couldn't do it.
because you didn't speed tune it for that stage. You ran your 25, your 24 build on those stages and said, "Well, why isn't it working?"
No, I literally went in with like an OP super team. I put in Krisk, Duchess, Sifi,
Yeah,
Ninja, and
that's not how the dungeon's meant to be done. That's why. You know what I mean? Just because you put in all these avoid Legos doesn't mean it should just auto complete. Siffy's one of the worst sleepers for this content. Literally, one
yeah,
of the worst in the entire game for it.
yeah. I don't have Chronom yet. I'm actually the giveaway we're gonna be doing. I decided that I said, you know what? If I'm gonna be doing a giveaway, I need to show people that I'm gonna get Chronom. So I've started my referral account. So hopefully I can get him within
And
the next
the
couple of
other,
weeks.
if you make it too easy, should mid game people have access to this? No.
No, so here's the thing, and this is something I've wanted to talk about on a different time, but I feel like I new players coming in have it, and I'm gonna get crucified for this, way easier than what we did coming in 3 years ago, 4 years ago.
Who cares? The game needs to be more accessible. If you
It
gate
no,
everything so like I had to walk 2 ways to uphill in the snow kind of thing, like who cares?
that's
You're not helping anybody.
right,
You're not
right.
growing the game.
That's not what
So
I'm arguing about, though. That's like when you said it should be mid game. No, the game should definitely be hard and should have harder tiers, but they've made it where it's literally like, I mean, I think the biggest change that came into the game that allowed new players to progress way faster than what we did I mean, how long did it take you to get your first unkillable team? Your first one key. Let's put it that way.
My first one key was 140 days.
140 days, you had your first one key full auto team.
Yeah.
Okay. What was it?
Bat Eater.
How much did you spend to get it?
$500.
Okay. But that was before the introduction of blessings. Someone comes in now.
It was significantly harder. Yeah.
Someone comes in now and they could literally blow right to end game clan boss, start getting all of that stuff within weeks.
Yes.
So
you have to have something to get people into the game. Like if you don't put a way for them to keep playing the game accessible enough, what are you gonna do? Like I said, you can't gate every single thing. If you make clan boss impossible, you know how many people quit because they can't get an Ultra Nightmare clan boss team together?
yeah. Actually,
why do you want to make that more difficult than it is? Why do you care that it's easier to do now than when you had to do it?
well, because I mean, clan boss. So here's the thing: a lot of these things are endgame things, and I feel like it shouldn't be as easy to get to it, right?
I don't think clan boss is endgame content. I mean, very far from.
I mean,
Engage
and I think Nightmare, Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss is endgame content.
far from. Absolutely far from. It's one of the lowest accuracy requirements, one of the lowest speed requirements, and he deals some of the least amount of damage in the entire fucking game for endgame content. He doesn't even come close to hitting as hard as Sand Devil does or as hard as Hydra does.
Yeah, I mean, Hydra is by far the biggest endgame content that we have. I think even more than Live Arena, but like I still.
No, are you kidding me? The gear requirements are accessible in Hydra. They're high, but they're accessible. The gear requirements for Arena never stop. They always go up. It's the only way they can go. PvE content solved. Like you only need so much to complete PvE content. PvP content will never have a ceiling, so to speak. It will always infinitely scale up. And it will scale up with as good as players are with the champions they have, and then also with the gear.
Arena is more about how much you can spend as opposed to what you can build.
I disagree again. Kenpachi competes at the highest levels of Arena, and he hasn't spent a single dollar.
That's not true. That's not true.
Spent $14. Whoopie shit.
Still spending.
And Entropy does the same thing. He competes in high end Arena. Has never spent $1 on the game. Like there are all kinds of free to play players that compete in Gold 4 Tag Team currently. That is high end Arena. That is the highest end Arena there is. Like it's the exact same people in Plat, the same teams, everything. Just because you didn't beat them in this 10-minute time frame doesn't mean you aren't competing at the highest level of Arena.
Well, we've got an Arena match here, so I get to go first. Let's see. Why is it bringing me now?
Used to be endgame content because that was the hardest thing in the game. There wasn't anything harder. Okay, so technically, yes, it is the end game. That doesn't make it stay end game forever. The game changes.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like Ultra Nightmare is that one thing that everybody kind of goes for and is going to be the one that it's the number one thing when coming in game that you need first, right? You need that.
I don't think that's going to keep you playing the game. So why does it need to be difficult? Again, you've come up with no. I've asked you 6 times. Why? Why does it need
the rewards?
To be hard?
Because the rewards you get are significant.
For what? All it gets you is shards.
For the progression of your account.
All it gets you is shards. That's it.
It gets you books. You can get some. You use Cruel gear for Arena. You use Immortal gear for your Duchess.
I don't.
Oh no! I'm banning his Constantine. I'm banning his Constantine. I'm not falling into that trap. Oh. What would you have banned here? Would you have banned his Constantine, or would you have gone with the Necrit or something else?
Duchess.
Duchess? Really?
How is he gonna kill you without increased attack?
I don't want to risk it, man. The block revive. The block revive.
Use better nickers. You're boosting.
I'm boosting to get my increased accuracy up for my UDK.
Increase accuracy for you.
Not accuracy. Sorry, increase defense.
See how you didn't kill with your without increased attack? Why is your Duchess slower than your Rotos? Rough.
I haven't re-geared her yet. She was built for a slow 3v3 arena team. But I need to re-gear her. I think I got her at like 205 speed. I need to bring her up to like 220-ish, 230-ish.
The other problem with Duchess is her Veil. So now Necrot's going to put protection on every single person, and now your Rotos has to manage to kill this Duchess, and then also kill Siphi while under Necrot protection, but Siphi's going to revive the Duchess with full turn meter, and then the Duchess is going to revive the Siphi, and then the Siphi's going to keep going and putting you to sleep. You see the problem? So you have to ban the Veil.
Yeah. Maybe you're right. I mean, it's not going to be it's not something I'm using to try to farm. I feel like I'd rather go with the strategy of slow and steady.
Slow and steady, we're trying to A3s you.
Like, I still got my revive.
Do it.
I still got my revive.
The problem is Duchess revives with no turn meter.
Yeah.
So now the Siphi can go before whoever goes.
My UD. Man,
the Siphi's got a boost, doesn't she? No, it's one more turn.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Turn is kind of slow. Yeah.
I mean, Trunda's already lost everything. That was her last big thing right there, is what she could have done. We weren't lucky enough to proc in another A2 or another turn.
Rotos has inevitability, but will the next Trunda A3 kill you? That's the question. Like, can you heal enough? Siphi, I mean, Siphi heals a lot.
Yeah. I've never lost to the Trunda.
Trunda is a really weak live arena nuker. Her cooldowns are too long, and you don't ever reset most of the time.
Yeah.
That's why I went with Biggin. Like, versus lockouts, he's significantly better. His A1 has a 5 multiplier on whoever I target. He's got short cooldowns, so even if you lock me out, you're not going to rotate back to your lockout before I have an A2 or an A3. His A2 stuns also.
Yeah, I could see next time I may have to put out the Veil. I may have to take out their. But I'm not
you can't even target Necrit because he's so slow.
Yeah.
And Rotos isn't going to kill 3 people. He can kill 2 people.
No, I just have to kill the revivers.
Yeah, but you can't kill the revivers if Necrit's alive. Kind of thing. Now you might. You got increased attack.
Well, I already used his A3. I probably should have saved that, but like he's got increased attack on his Trunda. He still hasn't taken out my CP, my Duchess.
He almost killed you with the A3 last time, so we'll see. This time, going down.
Come on. There we go. Now his speed tune is all out of whack.
It's raining good. So yeah, I was definitely super skeptical, mainly about the ban phase in when they first announced it. I was like, I'm okay. I like everything else.
Yeah.
Like, but that ban phase, that feels rough.
How early do you look at what you're going to ban?
As soon as possible. I want to have a plan on who I'm banning and what other solutions I could have against who else they might pick, kind of thing, you know.
Mm.
So it's really as simple as this. So like I have targets like Ukko and what was the other one? It was Harima. You know what I mean? Like I have to ban Harima basically on my account. I don't have too many options. I have Turvold who works sometimes, but he basically only works if I get Warlord. Otherwise, Harima just obliterates him or Turvold.
No,
So
he left.
there you go. And that's why Thunder cooldowns are too long.
So Trunda's still not going to be part for Live Arena.
Nah, I don't think so. Her 5-turn cooldown versus 3-turn. Like nukers are literally doing double the damage as her with shorter cooldowns, kind of thing.
Okay. I'm gonna let you hear. Now you've obviously seen what I have as my main nukers. So he's got his Rotos all the way out.
Harima UDK.
Harima UDK is my first picks. Okay.
Yep.
Where's my UDK?
Oh, you can filter by tags too if you haven't.
I haven't tagged them yet. I really should. I really should get a little more. There we go. I really should get a little more organized with all of this stuff.
So now he's got to pick 2 more nukers or 2 ways to counter.
Okay, so he's got the Ukko Brogni.
So you're gonna plan to ban the Ukko.
So,
It's what I would be doing here. So I'd probably pick Duchess and Sify, and then flex what last nuker you need.
so you banned the Ukko. So thus far.
Currently, that's what I'm planning. That's what I'd be planning to ban. It depends on who else they see, because they have to pick another nuker, you know, because they only picked 1, and then they might pick a fast lockout, but they're probably gonna pick another reviver, like they picked the Duchess there. So now you just pick whatever nuker you feel comfortable with, and I feel like you probably still just ban the Ukko here.
Ban the Ukko.
It's him or you ban the Duchess. It's one or the other. It's whichever one you feel.
I'm gonna let you pick.
The Ukko. Let's ban Ukko.
Ukko. Okay. He's gonna ban my what? My Harima. Okay.
Yeah.
So for lead, I'll go Duchess just because she's got the speed lead. Because if I had Harima, I'd probably go UDK. Just so I didn't have to depend on the increased defense.
So now what you've also done here is you've enabled your attack nuker and you've enabled your defense nuker. So if they ban one or the other, your other nuker still is enabled to do their job, right? You have overlap in your picks. And now you just take out, easy peasy. Do you have Phantom on your Rotos?
Yes.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah. I used to run Soul Reap, but I ended up changing that.
I've switched basically all my nukers over to Phantom Touch. All my attack ones at least. Yeah, definitely A2 here.
Oh, he gets to go. No, wait. I get to go.
Oh,
I'm like, wait a minute. Why am I not? Why can't I go? I'm trying to target. So, yeah. So I hate it when he gets. Ooh.
Why would you get 3 into the stone skin though? Just A1.
Yeah, I mean, I did just break it, but.
Yeah, but it doesn't do anything. Like she's gonna run it off. She would have ran it off here in a second, anyways. So.
Yeah,
but a second nuker that could be useful. You know what I mean? Like that's a viable strategy against like Hefrak, for instance. Squishy nukers that have stone skin on them, you can just break this shit.
Yeah.
And Turbo blows people up all the time.
Yeah, I actually have been. Ooh, was that? Was that from his Elhain? Wow, I didn't know she nuked that hard.
She's as hard as trying to.
Wow.
And she's void and short cooldowns. A lot of people talked really bad about her, but that extra 20% damage actually it comes out pretty nice in the
Yeah,
end.
no, I
Uh, she's just that hungry nuker. Like she's not gonna quite do the job at 4K like you want her
right.
to, but she's viable. And a lot of people that don't have void nuker options will definitely be using her. And that was the main reason that I told people to go for her was because she's void. You know, you don't have those issues like weak hitting Duchess. You know what I mean?
Wow,
And
she
weak
actually
hitting,
smacked
yep,
that UDK.
yep. Didn't weak hit the UDK because she's not magic, stuff like that. So definitely super strong champion, and not to be, she's not a ban here. You know what I mean? Like you can
Yeah,
definitely with,
I didn't look at it. I was
but
like,
this is a situation where a non-bannable champ is worth gearing to the gills because you know you're gonna consistently have them. You know what I mean? They're Brogni. They probably get that Brogni every fight.
yeah.
You know, so these are champions you know you can consistently work with, which is so valuable in a format like this.
Yeah, Nick, we kind of talked about that a little bit early on. Um, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, man. I did not expect. I always hate leaving Rotos up last.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But
Just because with my luck, he'll be like the one that demolishes me with the extra turns. And now if he one shots my C feed, now I'm in trouble. I don't think he can.
yeah, I was gonna say A2 is not as strong as the A3, so
So,
and here your rotos just A1s. You just A1 'em.
or he
Yeah.
leaves.
So
uh,
what happens if you A1, you have A2 for the first time his rotos tries to hit your rotos. So
yeah,
then you heal up, he can't kill you when you hit him back, and then you kill him. And if you get a phantom touch in any of that, you win as well.
yeah. This is it's I don't know. I was quite scary. So here, how would you go using my
I would
five?
first, I'd be first picking Harima every time,
Yeah,
no questions.
that's actually what I do every time is I pick the Harima.
Your roster cannot afford to not have Harima in your five, especially in gold. That's a must ban nuker for so many people, and that gives you freedom in your supports, right?
Yeah.
Like this
Oof.
person might not care about your Harima,
Right.
so and
So
Rotos is definitely your best counter to both Marichiga and Leo, so you're definitely picking Rotos here.
yeah, I'm
And if they don't, and if they pick Rotos in gold, you might have to go with Ronda, and that doesn't feel good.
no, and I'm actually I have a Ronda +1 that I've been thinking about +2ing because I've got another Killian
Then
the
pick a second.
Unlucky.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Why would you pick UDK here though?
Uh,
What's UDK? Why wouldn't you pick like Warlord?
I've just been going with the UDK because I usually
He
and
doesn't
just
do anything here is the problem. That's a Leo.
that's a Leo, yes, but the if I'm from the looks of it, I'm fast enough, and that's why
He's just gonna ban the UDK because he
I'm
doesn't care
gonna.
about the Harima.
So I would most likely ban. Actually, I'm gonna ban Uko because everything else is positive
Oh yeah,
effect.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, because everything else.
He wouldn't pick Rotos and then not planning to ban the UDK. Zero chance.
Yeah, because now what's he gonna do? He's gonna bring
He
his
has increased attack. This team can fuck you up. I would not sleep on this team.
If I take his out, my only concern is if I'm gonna
You got to
sleep.
sleep.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
but
got
he's if
to
he
sleep.
cleanses it.
Cleanse it. Yeah, he'll probably cleanse it for sure. Like he's got no choice.
Yeah.
And Brogny's got the shield for the increased attack as well. Here's where you really gotta hope your Harima pulls through. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, so close. I don't think he's gonna be able to kill you though. He's not scaled up yet,
Yeah.
and your Duchess is the only target. Yep. And this is why you ban the Duchesses, etc.
Well, he still has time to bring him back, so.
Yeah, he still has, but the Broggy's not gonna have increased attack on either of them. So
And even when he brings him back, they don't come back with max turn meter,
ability.
anyways. Yeah, so it's not. I'm not
Like
too
a
concerned.
50%.
Yeah, but it's not like a cardinal. Actually, speaking about cardinal, I feel like she actually might come back in for
I saw
this.
Cardinal the other day. It's gonna be one of those people you can have all the time, so people might start using her.
Yeah,
I think champions like Raglan also will come in if people don't have Elva. I think Elva is strictly better. Well, not strictly because she doesn't cooldown is longer on the A3, but she's a lot better.
yeah.
2 Brognies in a row. I know, right? I haven't seen a single Brogni this whole all of live arena yet. But yeah, as long as that kills, you get to. Oh, what? You don't get an extra turn on that?
I should have, right?
I would have thought.
I should have.
Because there was
Sleep the
no
Rotos.
target. Attack on the Leo though, no chance. He does jack shit.
Take
Yeah,
the
now you're
Rotos
just getting
out.
one win. Easy peasy. If he'd have gotten a reaction proc on that Leo too, could have been a whole different fight.
Yeah.
But this is also what I mean though. I don't think everybody that was a Leo, but a lot of people might not have reaction on when you think they do. So
Yeah. I mean, when you start
especially their
getting
offense,
into the
you gotta
higher
take.
end gold,
Hmm.
I think most of those are gonna have reaction.
Yeah, but they might only have one piece.
See, I don't.
Who cares about candy?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, why? I mean, I guess I
You got
bring him.
Baron
I
Baron.
don't ban him because I know he's not a problem for me.
No, here I'd be planning to ban Rotos,
Yeah,
and you bring in Baron.
Baron. My Baron isn't built yet.
Oh come
I
on!
know. I know. I
The
know.
disrespect. What pick? You just pick fucking Warlord. You're banning the Rotos. What do you need UDK for?
Bro, I like to play safe.
Warlord safe. What do you
Safe.
mean? Warlord
Safe.
is safe. Warlord locks
No.
everybody out.
No. My
Warlord's
warlord.
not strong.
My warlord's not that well geared. My
It's
Kaimar's.
a lockout. You don't. You need 200 accuracy to matter. You're locking out the Kendrathon, and
That's true.
that's all
That's
you care
true.
about. Yeah. See, and if you had your Baron, the Neckert wouldn't matter.
That still won't matter because if I take out his Rotos, right? Because
He's
that's my band right
he's
there.
gonna go first. He's gonna boost sleep your Siffy. Come on, and it's gonna go to UDK though. Unless
Yeah.
he bans UDK.
Oh, he
Bans
banned the
it, yeah.
UDK,
So now he boost sleeps your Siffy. Almost guarantee.
which is fine. He's got no lockout. Once my Rotos gets one turn, let him.
His
Let him burn everything he's got. I've got no problem. He's got no
his
stone skin.
his Candrathon. Didn't you go first? Didn't you pick first? Or did you pick second?
I picked second because he picked his candy
Oh,
first.
yeah.
Perfectly fine with that. Failed.
Easy. Kareem is so strong. Wish I had her. Easily my most wanted non-void. Just
Yeah,
bonkers. Yeah.
I think.
Not even really
Yeah,
close.
Jarec pulled this one for me,
Nice.
but
So the problem with Errol, Nick, man, is he's force.
Yeah. See if he's
And,
out.
and Duchess exists. And that's like the main argument against force nukers. Like quite literally as simple as it gets. Kendrafon, you'll lose your fair amount of matches to Duchesses.
Yeah.
Nothing you can do really.
Is Swift Parry still a thing? Come on.
Who uses Swift Parry?
Come on, is Swift Parry still a thing? But so I don't know. Does the chat have any questions about Live Arena? Is there anything you mention before we switch the subject onto the next game or the next course of what we're going to talk about? Any advice you want to give these lovely gentlemen or ladies out there that are planning to go for Live Arena?
Build more nukers.
Build more
Build different
nukers.
nukers.
Okay.
Don't build Genbo though. I'm telling you. It's
Don't
not
what?
good enough. Don't build Genbo though. It's not good enough.
Genbo? Yeah.
Don't do it.
I don't. All I know, Tiger Blood, is what I see. And I don't want to be one of those people that says, well, I'm a guy, I'm a girl, ladies and gentlemen. So cover my bases for even people that see it after this. Actually, quick question for you. Where have you been focusing all of yours at?
Accuracy and Fire Knight.
Fire Knight?
Yeah.
Accuracy?
Why do I need stats for Dragon? I already have a 100% team.
Yeah. I mean, I have my own reasons for Dragon. I want to be able to just farm it with my Bad L and 4 food. So I've been going to beef him up with his HP and defense. I want to try to get my Bad L to do it for stage 10 hard mode. Right now I can only do it for stage 6. Huh?
This is not possible, really.
Not yet.
No, it's not. That's the thing. It relies on Relentless or Reflex procs because he doesn't put enough poisons up to get through the purple phase. It's impossible.
If he lives, maybe. Who knows?
No, he doesn't. You need 4 poisons on the boss at minimum.
Yeah.
And it needs to tick twice. So it needs to be a 2-turn poison at that point. So if one of them's a 1-turn poison, it won't work. You need 8 ticks to get through the poison phase. And without it, it fails. So you would quite literally need him like 380 speed, or you need Relentless or Reflex procs. And he also doesn't put decreased attack on the boss, so that means you also need 4k defense and over 100k HP.
Yeah. Well,
It's not gonna happen.
I'll test it and see. Who knows? Who knows? But so the next part is going to be the content creator games for the month of April. And we've been going back and forth on this a little bit, trying to change it up because we've been focusing a lot on faction specific stuff lately, right? We did the clan boss, we did the faction wars. So this one we actually talked about doing. He did a solid 6-star with Blessing. I think I checked that out. He was only
Brimstone. This changes everything.
Yeah.
At a 6-star, you have a 100% chance to put Brimstone on him.
Yeah. No, well, all in due time. I hope it comes. But
yeah.
Hey Seth, how's it going? So with this one, we wanted to kind of do to change it up a little bit, right? We wanted to do a little bit different for the viewers, right? We wanted to do something where it's going to relate a little more to the viewers. It's going to be able to open it up for people to kind of get a little more of an idea. And so we decided that the games for this month are going to be Slay the Hydra. And the rules are quite simple. First, you have to use 2 epics. Doesn't matter what your epics are. You have to use minimum 2 epics. Most people are probably going to use your Royal Guards or your Husks. So be it.
We're going to Geo.
Yeah, Geo too. Although I don't know. I've been doing a lot of Hydra takeovers lately, and I'm finding that Geo is not as useful as I thought he was. I'm relying.
Literally the top 3 DPS in the game for
I'm,
Hydra.
I'm still
For
gonna.
manual Hydra. Yeah, it's not even really close.
Yeah, I'm still gonna like every takeover I've done for the last like week for Hydra has actually been I've been using Michinaki and I've been using Husk or Royal Guard. I've not been using Geo because Geo's AI in Plarium, if you're watching, fix it. Why is he putting his HP burn on a decapitated head? Oh.
If you want to auto everything, sure, Geo's not as
Well,
good.
yeah.
But Geo's by far one of the best DPSs in Hydra, bar none. Like,
yes,
like
if you're
he's
not
right next-
autoing. If you're not
Like,
autoing. But I try.
I auto with the Reflex Geo every week as well.
I tried, like, the last 2 takeovers I did, I tried, and I wanted to do full auto teams or semi-auto, like, where it's just clicking on the head. And literally, like, anytime I had to use Geo, you have to click on the heads because for some dumb apparent reason, Plarium thinks that a decapitated head with 1 turn before the head revives should have HP burn on it.
The weekend.
But anyways, so you must use 2
Michinaki's okay too.
Yeah, no. How's it going, Big Dirt?
And you changed the rules again.
What did I change the rules? No.
Yeah, you did. I asked you if I use Void Epics, and you said no. This says no Void Legos.
Did I say no? I thought I stated no void Legos.
No, I asked you if I could use Void Epics, and you said no. No voids pullable from shards.
No void. Well, I got it. I'm gonna go back and check. But I'm pretty sure I thought I meant to say that. But well, look, now you can use your void epics. You must use 2 fusions. Any 2 fusions. Even if they're pullable from a shard, you could still use them. Even if you didn't pull them, even if you didn't do the fusion back then, if you didn't do your Brogni fusion, but you pulled them from a shard, you could still use them. No void Legos pulled from shards, but you can use Physics, you can use Euros, any other Doom Tower. You can use, Nathrala, yep, you can use her. You just can't use anything that is purely pulled from a shard. And then last but not least, no Duchess. Right? Because not everybody has a Duchess. So no Duchess.
No Duchess.
No Duchess. Yeah, he's probably going to go Shamala. I think that's why he was asking me about the Void Legos. But, so yeah, we actually have, for this one, we've got 6 content creators. We do have, I believe it's Sam. Sam the Raid Man is also going to be joining us in this one. I didn't have his logo. I've asked him for it to put it on, but he hasn't given it to me yet. So, but we're going to have myself, Educate Potato, Thule, Grim Reaper, and Gestal Gaming. And I'm pretty sure that most of us, or actually us 6, are more Hydra focused. I know I've watched a lot of your streams, Thule, and you've had, I want to say about 90% of the content has been Hydra focused.
Hydra.
You love Hydra. Best content in the game, right? Isn't that what Rat says?
Yes.
You know, I don't mind Hydra. I guess if you have the right champs, it's not bad. It's when you don't have them is where it kind of hurts. And this is kind of why we decided to go this way with the content creator games for this month, because we don't want to pick just the meta champs. We probably should have banned the Husks and the Royal Guards and the Geomancers to try to see what other ones we could have gotten. But
The most accessible DPSs, why would you ban them?
Well, not really. I've seen some accounts that don't have a single Royal Guard. I've been playing for over
Yeah,
a
I've
year.
seen some accounts that don't have XYZ DB&A. It doesn't matter. Like epics are accessible, especially affinity epics.
Right.
Like you,
Well, that was right, and that's why I didn't ban him. And yeah, but I mean, I've got to say, like, I've done over the last week, I did 4 takeovers for Hydra, and one of the teams, the guy was using, or the viewer was using, a Crizia. He was using Crizia Duchess, Lydia, and Husk, along with Geo, and he was only able to do a 1-key brutal. Once I went on, huh?
not doing it. Yeah, because he's not dealing with the poison cloud.
No, he had a Geo. He had a Geo.
That doesn't deal with the poison cloud. There's 4.
No, I'm sorry. He didn't have a. He wasn't using. He wasn't using Geo. He was using
He's not using Ugo and Lydia.
Ugo. He was using Ugo. He was using Ugo. Sorry, he was
He
using
uses
Ugo.
Lydia and Ugo then.
Yeah. Well, Lydia brings the strength in, which doesn't. You don't have to worry about the what is it? The poisons or the taunt? I think it's the taunt.
You have to deal with both. Strengthen doesn't stop either.
What? No, there's one buff that strengthen blocks if you bring it in. I'm gonna have to go check now. But anyways, I had that account. As soon as I saw the Acrizia, I got really giddy on it, and I said, okay, we definitely got this. We're gonna definitely 1-key. And it was a 1-key. It was like 90% full auto. He did like 60 million damage. And he's like, he was stoked. Like his whole clan was like, yes, let's do this. Since then, a lot more of his clan has asked for takeovers. Then we took we made him a brutal team so he'll be able to hit both. And I gotta say, I underestimated War Master so much. I underestimated War Master so much. It dealt before I added, because I didn't want to swap the gear. I didn't want to swap too many things because he's free to play. So I didn't want to burn up his resources. We already had to burn up almost 20 million silver to redo some of the gear and stuff. And I kept coming up short, like 27 million, 28 million, 26 million. 3 days straight to do this one account. And I was like, all right, enough's enough. I am going to get the proper masteries on here. As soon as I did the proper masteries, 1-key, no problem.
Did you know that masteries go over the damage cap?
What do you mean?
All the percent bonuses and masteries go over damage caps.
Right. Yeah, so like over the 10% and stuff, yeah.
So you're missing literally 20% damage on all of your hits.
Yeah, I was just like, again, I was just trying to do it so it didn't, having to buy new masteries on 4 champs. That's what, 600 gems. When you're free to play, that's kind of a lot.
2,400 gems to run 4 champs. Yeah.
No, he had the masteries. I had to redo the masteries. So I had to use some gems there. But so then, once we did that, he became a full 1 auto. And the last 2 teams I built, I did I was trying to fit Uko in there to make sure that she gave us the condition if we got like 3% or something. And I just kind of gave up. I was like, nope, it's not happening. I tried. I was running Krisk, Duchess. They were both super pay to win teams. They were both basically the same teams. But I was running Krisk, Duchess, Tuhanarok. Huh?
Get a Chris Dutch. There's a skill issue if you couldn't get a Chris Dutch who 2-on team to work here.
No, we got the team to work. It was full auto 1-key, but it just, for some reason, we just kept getting 3%. Like the champs had like 500 resist, and it was like every 3 or 4 turns that the head would go, I'm getting 3%. And I'm like, what the heck? Or it would like, huh?
500 resist isn't enough for 3%.
You need to have the Hydra. For Hydra, I run 450 resist. That's what's.
You're wrong. Go ahead and do the accuracy resistance check on Helper and tell me what your percentage is if the head has 350 accuracy and you have 450 resistance. You've barely got a 90%.
Yeah, well, so the suggested is 100 over.
That's a 1 in 10 chance to steal your buff.
Okay, so what you're telling me is now I need to go back and and add a little more accuracy to all of them and bring them up to like a.
Your resistance, I mean, on Nightmare, you need almost 600 accuracy to land your debuffs reliably at a 3% resistance rate. For instance.
I could have sworn when I was looking at the Hell Hades website, like it was every head except.
Go ahead and look at them, but you didn't look at the accuracy resistance scaling on, like, there's literally a ratio that they go to, and the higher you go on them, the bigger the gap becomes. I don't care what Hell Hades says. Like,
where do you find this?
On RSL Helper under tools.
Okay, I'm gonna open it up right now. So let me close that up. It's that much under tools. Come on.
You need to run something. It's not gonna let you close it. You need to run something.
Oh, I opened up 2 of them. That's why. There we go. So under tools.
Accuracy resistance compare.
Okay. So if he's got
350 accuracy, I think he's got 350 or 370 or something like that. Mischief does.
Resistance.
And you have 450 resistance.
Yeah, so
he's got 11% accuracy, so he's got more than a 1 in 10 chance to steal your buffs at.
So I would need. Wow.
5,000. Yeah, at 500.
At 6,000, he still has a 3%.
Yeah, because you can't get above a 3%.
Right. So at 600, he's at 3.9.
Yeah.
So
that's plus 250.
3.7. Jeez.
No. At 450 resistance, you don't have enough.
So I need 700 resistance.
Get a true 3%, yeah.
Wow. That is.
People are like, oh, 3%, 3%, but they never once looked at the ratio. It scales. And this is why accuracy and resistance will never work. And this is why resistance is dead. You will never get enough resistance, and it's the same thing in Arena. If you have 700 accuracy, go ahead and check how much resistance you need to resist that. Even at a 95% rate.
7,000. Wow.
I mean, you just
wow.
put a 0 in. You can't get below 3%. So just put in 900 and get a real number. You still wouldn't have a 3% at 900.
Wow.
And this is why resistance is dead.
Yeah, even at 1,000, it's still. That's insane. Don't get me wrong. I've seen some people with 800 accuracy, or 850, I think, with a Lydia lead, which brings you almost up to that 950 still getting locked out. But yeah, that is. Yeah, Seth's got a 1K res Kaimar, and he's still getting locked out. But yeah, I just found myself that I was getting 3%ed too much, and I'm like,
you were getting 12%ed too much?
Okay. Yeah, okay, 12%ed too much.
Yep.
but it
Now,
was
now it doesn't sound so great, huh? Now I need
no,
to change the
no.
points.
Now I need to go back and re-gear all of those and make sure they have enough. You know what? I don't even think I can maybe do 2, possibly 3 champs to have like 700 resistance to make sure
No,
that
you're not gonna build 2 or 3% is the point. Like, quit thinking in your head that you're going to.
but you got to. I hate it. But anyways,
You're not going to. Like, that's why. At 350 accuracy, and if he has any more than that, you need even more.
but yeah, no, with the takeovers I was doing, I was like, well, I'll just bring Uko in and um she just wasn't working for me. Like even with her decreased accuracy, even with her block buffs, block debuffs, it just wasn't working for me. I brought in Michinaki, who's got the strip, who's got the hex, and it made it an easy solo, easy one key with full auto. So it just it makes it easy. And I even put the Uko in a taunting set because I was like, well, maybe she'll help with the mischief head to keep him under control, and wasn't working. Wasn't working.
Yeah, 'cause
But
then he dies.
yeah, well,
then you're
no, it's not him who dies. It's whoever the person that gets targeted is whoever's got the lowest HP.
Yeah. And
So
then when you can't heal, he dies too.
yeah, but
Love him at a taunting set.
so knowing this, having some time to already think through, I'm curious, what have you been thinking that your team is going to be made up of?
Oh, I already have a 100 mil auto team.
100 mil auto team for brutal,
Yeah.
fitting this criteria.
Yeah.
Oh man, manual or full auto?
Full auto. Bivald, Kantra, Kimmy, Ugo, Husk, Royal Guard, Geo. Boom.
Kendra, Husk, Kimmy, Geo. Who's the other one?
Guard.
Who?
Royal Guard or Shamael.
Logar or Shamel.
Kantra, Bivald.
100 mil damage already. Okay.
Easy.
So, do you think you're gonna win this?
I don't know. Maybe Potato will come up with something. He said he's gonna put in the maximum effort. Absolute maximum. He's no resources spared, he says.
Really? I
None.
know.
Not one. Not one bit of silver spared.
I
hope you're
know.
out there, Potato.
I know that Grim Reaper focuses a lot on Hydra on his channel. It's from what I've discussed with him.
It does take him 4 hours a week to run his Hydra keys, yes.
I mean, he tells me that his number one most requested takeover is Hydra, and that's what he's been focusing on. So, which I could see, I could definitely see.
I mean,
But
it's the number one most requested area outside of 3v3. It's the hardest area for this end game.
Yeah, I like so. Last week, being Easter weekend, I made a couple announcements into our clan's Discord, which, by the way, Savage, the clan Savage Pandas, Sacred Pandas, we've actually opened up our Discord to everybody, to new players, anybody that is looking to kind of come in and learn some things. I believe your clan does the same thing too, or something to that. Huh?
Yeah, mobs Discord's always open. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot of endgame. There are 2 endgame clans there that have their Discords open for a lot of new members to come in and kind of get some help, get some advice on what to do. And that's probably actually one of the best ways to either get a hold of myself or Thule, especially if you guys are looking for takeovers and stuff like that. What clan is the part of? So I'm part of Savage Pandas, part of Sacred Pandas, we're the second cluster, and Thule is part of CHQ, which is
No, I'm in mob. That's
Mob.
What the main is. Yeah.
why we. I thought you were in CHQ.
No, my alt was helping check with Nightmare Hydra.
Ah, gotcha. Okay, so you're in mob.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I looked at it and I was like, I thought you were in there too. But yeah, so we can help you there too. I believe actually my alt is in CHQ as well too. In that one, I think I'm in CHQ 2, so you could always jump in there too and get some help if you guys have needed it. But yeah, like I made the announcement. It said, hey, you know, if you guys are looking for some help, I don't do gear cleanses because that's yeah, dude. Like, I'll show you right now how much gear I'm sitting on, and I'm dreading having to do it. 1278 out of 1300, and I dread out of having to do it.
Why are you keeping so much trash?
It's not so much trash. It's I have
No.
like I went through and I stripped a lot of my champions. Right? I don't even
because they were built like trash.
They weren't built like trash. I was just hoarding a lot of gear. I stripped them.
Like
I stripped them because I got better gear, and it was like, hey, here's a free gear removal. Do something with it. And I said, okay.
Right, so you had better gear to remove your trash gear that was on them.
Yes, but I sold the trash gear, and I still have the better gear. I just have to get around to building a lot of them. Like I got to build my oldest guard. I got to build. My Nishak isn't built for Bommel. You know, my Riho isn't built for anything. But I don't even have my Vizix is built. But, you know, so I wanted to kind of go through and clear all of that up. Who has a Baron blessed with no gear? This guy right here. He's missing his reaction pieces because I moved him to my Ronda.
118 speed. Look at this man.
That's fast enough. That's fast enough. He'll never get a turn, but he'll smack. But anyways, yeah, so I ended up
the ground when he hit. That's all that Baron's gonna do.
But yeah, so like I posted it up and then all of a sudden like I'm getting everybody asking for takeovers, which is great. You know, I don't know about you, but I feel like when somebody asks me for a takeover, it makes me feel like I'm doing something right, so that people are watching and asking me to go on their account. I don't know. What are your thoughts when people ask you to do an account takeover?
Chat's always right. So you know, I'm just there to facilitate chat to tell me how to do this takeover. You know what I mean? That's my only job. And streamers stupid. So
you have no.
On a real note, I'm kind of the same way. I'm glad that people value my opinion, that they would like me to do anything on their account. You know, I'm definitely not the smartest guy when it comes to raid. Like, there's a whole lot more smart people out there than me.
Yeah.
Especially in like arena. That's some broad stuff there. I mean, PvE content's only so complex. You know, once
Right.
you solved it. There's so many strategies that do things. So, I mean, it's just like regurgitate this, regurgitate that, bada boom, bada bing. A lot of it's easy. Being innovative and, you know, like the Fire Knight teams is a great example. That's tough.
Yeah.
Trying to come up with teams with no Valkyries, no Cardiels, you know, all these things. That's tough. That's real tough. Building a Bat Eater, that's not hard.
No.
That's trivial. You know how many Bat Eaters have been built in the world. You know, it's literally just copy and paste speeds that are on a website.
Honestly, I don't like building Bat Eaters. Period.
I mean, Bat Eater's a great team. There's nothing wrong with the team. Like, every single clan boss team is regurgitated from Deadwood Jedi. Is the point? Like, there's no innovation.
Right. No.
People aren't making their own teams at all. It's woohoo. Bada
Yeah.
bada bing.
The clan. But no, I'm always, when somebody asks me to do an account takeover, I'm always honored. Like I've seen some accounts where there's one account that I'm currently working on that is, I mean, it's got everything shy of a with a Crizia. And like I've done so much work on that account. I'm actually going to be doing a video after he pushes for plat, or they push for plat, um, tonight, going over their account and everything I built on their account, and just kind of seeing how what we did and everything. But I built him a clan boss team. He went from a 2-key nightmare to a 1-key solid, which I actually used your Chogger idea. So I figured, I was like, he's got a book Chogger. We're gonna use him, so he goes into that team. Which I believe Nick was the other one we built that team for as well. No, we will be doing a little more work on your teams, Nick. I want to change a couple more things. I've been actually. Go ahead.
I was gonna say one of my clanmates was the same way, like a straight shard addict. He's like level 95 and just got 100k energy sitting there and stuff. But we had to redo everything on his account. He
Yeah.
was like, nothing going right. He had 3.5 minutes seer team on Fire Knight. Didn't have a Twins team. Didn't have a Sand Devil team. He had 4 Crisks and didn't have a Hydra team. You name it.
Yeah, it's wait. You find these accounts that have the gear, that have the shards, that have pulled these insane champions, and you're like, I don't have half of this stuff. Let me play on this account. Literally, like I feel, the expression where they say a kid at a candy store. I feel like that when I get on some of these accounts. Like I got one on one account where it had 2 Tauruses, a Marichka, and 3 Acrisias, and I was like, how are you not like beating everything in game right now? How are you not beating everything in game right now with this? But
Have you seen Terrace and Hydra yet?
No.
That man's insane.
Really?
He's crazy. He's the best DPS there is. I'll smash him freaking Acrisia.
Really?
The A3 hits like a 1.5 million ahead.
Wow.
Yeah, he slaps.
Yeah,
Kind of gross.
I've not seen that, but maybe. There's one account that I'm gonna be doing work on that has one. Maybe I'll see if I can sneak it in there and find a build that can work both for Arena and for Hydra.
Blow shit up. It's fine.
Yeah. I don't know,
man. The most fun I've had is like Mullets though. Mullet Reaver's account, playing Kid and Candy Shop, man. We did the kill Brutal with his account so he could unlock Nightmare for his clan. Literally took the whole thing down with his account.
Wow.
And we had 470 mil or something like that with the 3 keys. We're gonna be doing Nightmare here soon. Actually, we're gonna try. It's not really worth it to do it every week, but we'll give it a go.
Nice.
That good stab at it.
That'll be a good one to see. But all right.
Yeah.
So we're getting to that 2-hour mark. It's been a great time spending with the community, with the viewers, with you. But before we go, we have our shout outs. Who will you be shouting out today?
Let's give a shout out to Eisen. That man's been working super hard to build checkup. He's finally got a full check 1, plat pushers, tier 6 CVC, all that fun, happy horse shit. He's been working real hard at it, and now Anonymous came over from IPR to start check 2. So definitely just gonna shout them out.
Okay. So my shout out is actually going to be to Big Bad, who is one of the clan leader clusters in my clan. I thought I was pretty knowledgeable in Arena and figuring out things, and he opened my eyes up to a whole new world. Like top 20 plat pushing is no joke. I'm like astonished at what he was, how well he was able to explain it, and how much information he had. So yeah, that goes out to him. But before we do go, I do want to mention that we are currently recruiting plat players in our clan, both in Savage. If you're looking to, start pushing into plat and learning how to do that, we are currently recruiting for Savage. We are also recruiting for Sacred. Is your clan have anything? You guys recruiting for anything in particular, CVC or anything like
Mob,
that?
I don't think Mob's recruiting for the main two clans at this second, but they're always looking for people. I think there's 7 clans there now, so always got room for anybody really.
7 clans. Wow.
Yeah.
Are you
Well,
in
they
charge
took
of any
over.
of them?
No, 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 no.
I
Like,
can't imagine what a clan being, you being a clan leader, being in charge of everybody else. What would that look like?
I don't need to know.
You don't need to know.
Too much responsibility. I'm all set. I'll
So,
just do my stream and stuff.
so we will have 2 weeks. So not this next Sunday, the following Sunday. Everybody will have to submit in their. Just because we're in the midst of a fusion right now, it's going to be a little bit of a cluster. And I think we have CVC next week, and that should be a personal rewards one, so people can use their resources wisely. So not this Sunday, but the following Sunday, all of your submissions will be put in. And this one, I will be showing off the Hydra run, so I will ask everybody to record them, so we can kind of go through them and see what they've done and some of the builds and stuff. And I'm sure that you especially will be doing a video on
Yep.
your YouTube channel.
Yep.
And
Absolutely.
but as always, guys, much appreciation, much love. Be safe, be well out there, and be good to each other. And we'll catch you guys next week. Bye.